In a city that sparkled with ambition and dreams, there was a hidden gem that many had yet to discover, a high-end jewelry store known as Thompson's Gems. Its grand glass facade glittered under the golden rays of the afternoon sun, reflecting the hustle and bustle of the streets outside. Inside, the air was thick with the scent of polished wood and soft velvet, mingling with the delicate notes of laughter and conversation. Each display case, bursting with shimmering diamonds and vibrant gemstones, seemed to whisper tales of love, celebration, and cherished moments. Among the throng of eager shoppers was Maya, a bright-eyed 12-year-old with a spirit as radiant as the treasures surrounding her. Today, the world felt vibrant and full of promise. She was on a quest to choose a piece of jewelry that would symbolize her burgeoning identity. Hand in hand with her father, Marcus, a steadfast FBI agent known for his integrity and unwavering commitment to justice. Maya felt a sense of adventure pulsing through her veins. As they entered the store, the bell above the door chimed a cheerful greeting, but the warmth of the moment contrasted sharply with the watchful gaze of Mr. Thompson, the store owner. He stood behind the counter, his expression curdling the excitement that filled the room. With his arms crossed and brow furrowed, he scrutinized Maya, his eyes narrowing as if trying to decipher her worth in a place where wealth was measured in glimmering stones and high price tags. Maya's heart raced, not just from excitement, but from the sudden chill that washed over her. She had dreamt of this day, envisioning herself adorned in something beautiful, a necklace that would catch the light as she moved, a symbol of her uniqueness. Yet the initial thrill of the experience began to dim as she sensed the tension in the air. Mr. Thompson's gaze was laden with skepticism, as if he believed that a girl like her had no rightful place among such elegance. Marcus, ever the vigilant protector, noticed the shift in Maya's demeanor. He felt the weight of Mr. Thompson's judgment pressing down on them like a dark cloud. Tightening his grip on her hand, he offered a reassuring smile, silently vowing to shield her from the harsh realities that sometimes accompanied their existence. Today was meant to be a celebration of their bond, a moment to treasure amidst the beauty surrounding them, and he would do everything in his power to ensure that Maya felt valued and cherished. As they stepped deeper into the store, the joyful chatter of other customers faded into the background, replaced by the palpable tension between them and Mr. Thompson. Maya felt a knot form in her stomach, an unsettling mix of excitement and apprehension. Even at her young age, she was aware of how perceptions could be colored by the color of one's skin, and it pained her to feel the shadows of prejudice looming over their special day. Yet amidst the unease, there was a spark of resilience within Maya. She had always been taught to rise above the negativity, to shine even brighter in the face of doubt. Little did they know, this day would be more than a simple shopping trip. It would become a defining moment that would challenge perceptions and spark a journey toward understanding and unity. As father and daughter stood united, the stage was set for an encounter that would test their strength, illuminate the darkness of bias, and ultimately reveal the undeniable power of hope and connection. Together, they were not merely customers in a store. They were poised to reclaim their narrative, asserting their rightful place in a world that sometimes overlooked the brilliance of their existence. As Maya, a bright-eyed 12-year-old, steps into the high-end jewelry store with her father, Marcus, she is instantly enveloped in a world of shimmering luxury. The store, adorned with elegant chandeliers that cast a warm glow over the polished marble floors, buzzes with the soft murmur of delighted customers exploring exquisite pieces. Maya's heart races with excitement as she approaches the dazzling display cases, each one a treasure trove of colorful gemstones and intricate designs. The prospect of choosing a special piece for her upcoming birthday feels like a dream come true, filling her with hope and anticipation. Yet as she takes in the beauty around her, she can't shake the unsettling feeling of being watched. Her gaze catches on Mr. Thompson, the store owner, who stands behind the counter with an expression that quickly shifts from neutrality to thinly veiled suspicion. His brow furrows as he scrutinizes Maya, a flicker of condescension crossing his face. The initial warmth of the store is suddenly overshadowed by an invisible wall of tension. As he prepares to confront her, Maya's excitement gives way to a knot of unease in her stomach. With an air of authority that demands attention, Mr. Thompson strides toward her, arms crossed tightly against his chest. He looms over Maya, a stark contrast to the glittering jewelry that surrounds them. "Are you lost, young lady? This store is for serious buyers," he declares, his voice dripping with dismissiveness. The weight of his words crashes down on Maya, heavy with implications that make her skin prickle. She feels her heart sink, a wave of confusion and embarrassment washing over her as she glances nervously at Marcus, seeking the comfort of his reassuring presence. Despite the discomfort that grips her, Maya steels herself, drawing on the reservoir of strength she's nurtured over the years. She takes a deep breath, channeling her inner resolve, and straightens her shoulders, determined to reclaim her joy in this moment. "I'm here with my dad to look at jewelry. I can choose something nice for my birthday," she replies, her voice steady, yet laced with a tremor of vulnerability. But rather than recognizing her enthusiasm, Mr. Thompson's demeanor hardens further, and he scoffs lightly, his eyes narrowing. "Well, this isn't a playground. Jewelry is an investment. It's not for kids," he retorts, the condescension in his tone stinging sharper than she expected. In that instant, embarrassment gives way to anger, a simmering mix of indignation and defiance igniting within her. Why was he treating her like this? As self-doubt creeps in, she grapples with the unfairness of it all, questioning her right to simply enjoy this experience. The confidence she had fought to project begins to waver under the weight of Mr. Thompson's scrutiny and the curious glances of nearby patrons. Yet just as the tension threatens to consume her, a spark of resilience ignites deep within. She recalls her father's lessons about the power of self-worth and the importance of pride in who she is, grounding her resolve. Seeing the shift in Maya's spirit, Marcus steps forward, his protective instincts surging. He addresses Mr. Thompson with a calm yet firm authority, his voice resonating with conviction. "She has every right to be here, just like any other customer. We're here to celebrate a moment together," he asserts, his presence a fortress of support for Maya. His words, steady and unwavering, breathe life back into her confidence, reminding her that she is not alone in this fight against prejudice. This inciting incident not only deepens Maya's character, but also vividly illustrates the dynamics of power and bias, setting the stage for the trials they will face as they navigate this uncomfortable encounter, their bond growing stronger amidst the challenges ahead. As the tension thickens in the opulent jewelry store, the atmosphere shifts dramatically with the arrival of Marcus. He strides in with purpose, his sharp gaze immediately zeroing in on the scene unfolding before him. The luxurious displays, once a backdrop of excitement for Maya, now feel suffocating as the unease hangs in the air like a storm cloud. He quickly notices Maya's flushed cheeks and the distress flickering in her eyes, juxtaposed against the dismissive stance of Mr. Thompson. Marcus's protective instincts kick in, and he stands tall, a solid presence against the undercurrents of hostility that threaten to engulf his daughter. "Is everything all right here?" Marcus asks, his voice steady but edged with concern as he approaches the counter. The vibrant sounds of laughter and chatter from other customers fade into the background, replaced by a tense silence that seems to amplify every heartbeat. Mr. Thompson, now confronted with a formidable figure, straightens up, momentarily caught off guard by the paternal authority before him. Yet the store owner quickly regains his composure, crossing his arms defiantly, a smirk creeping onto his lips as he levels a scornful glare at Maya. "I was just explaining to your daughter that this store isn't meant for someone like her," he sneers, his words dripping with condescension. The implication is painfully clear. Maya's presence here is unwelcome, a stark reminder of the biases that still run deep in society. Marcus's jaw tightens, his protective instincts flaring into a simmering anger that radiates from him like heat. "Excuse me?" he replies, his voice low but resonating with a fierce determination that cuts through the tension. "What do you mean by someone like her? She's here with me, a paying customer, and has every right to be in this store." The intensity of his words hangs in the air, creating a palpable tension that makes other customers shift uncomfortably, some casting furtive glances as they become unwitting witnesses to the unfolding drama. Maya watches as her father stands his ground, his posture exuding both authority and unwavering support. She feels a rush of conflicting emotions, Pride in her father's defense, but also embarrassment at being the center of such a public confrontation, the weight of their reality heavy upon her young shoulders. Mr. Thompson scoffs, his condescension morphing into outright hostility. This is a high-end establishment, not a place for children to play dress-up. She should know her place, he retorts, a smug smile creeping onto his face, as if he believes he holds all the power in this exchange. The dismissive remarks lash at Maya, each word stinging like a slap, leaving her feeling small and out of place, like a bird caught in a storm. Yet in the depths of her heart, a flicker of rebellion ignites against the unfairness of it all, awakening a sense of determination she never knew she possessed. "Dad, it's okay," Maya interjects, her voice quivering yet resolute, trying to diffuse the situation, but Marcus gently places a hand on her shoulder, signaling her to hold on. The warmth of his touch provides a brief moment of comfort amid the chaos. He turns back to Mr. Thompson, unwavering in his resolve. "No, it's not okay. You don't get to diminish her worth or her right to be here because of your biases. She deserves to feel safe and valued, just like any other customer in this store." His words resonate like a rallying cry, cutting through the murky air thick with prejudice and indignation. The emotional stakes escalate as the confrontation unfolds. Maya feels torn between her father's fierce protectiveness and the embarrassment of being scrutinized in such a public setting. She glances at the other patrons, their eyes darting between the scene unfolding before them, a mixture of curiosity and discomfort evident on their faces. Some shift uncomfortably, while others seem to lean in, eager to witness the outcome. Maya's heart races, caught in the crossfire of dignity and shame, but she also feels a swelling pride as Marcus stands tall, embodying the strength she admires. His unwavering stance begins to transform her embarrassment into a sense of empowerment. The tension in the store is thick enough to cut, and for a moment it seems as if time has frozen. Marcus's words resonate powerfully, challenging the systemic prejudices that have long dictated who belongs where. Maya's heart pounds in her chest as she witnesses her father's fierce defense, and a sense of unity blooms between them, fortified by the shared understanding of their struggle. The moment transforms from one of embarrassment into a rallying cry against the injustice they face. As Mr. Thompson attempts to dismiss them again, Marcus leans forward, his expression stern yet calm. "You may own this store, but you do not own the right to belittle others or define their worth." This moment of confrontation not only amplifies the emotional strain on Maya, but also marks a turning point in their narrative. In that instant, she understands the importance of standing up for oneself and each other, setting the stage for a transformative journey where courage and resilience will shine through the darkness of prejudice. The tension in the jewelry store reaches a boiling point as Mr. Thompson's condescension morphs into something more aggressive. In a sudden, shocking motion, he shoves Maya lightly, a dismissive act meant to assert his dominance. Time seems to slow as Maya stumbles backward, her heart racing with shock and disbelief. She catches herself, her hands braced against the glass display, the cool surface a stark contrast to the warmth of her cheeks, which flush with embarrassment and anger. The gasps of nearby customers punctuate the air, their eyes wide with surprise, uncertainty rippling through the room like a sudden chill. Marcus, witnessing the incident unfold, feels a surge of protective fury ignite within him. His instincts kick into high gear, a primal urge to shield his daughter from harm. He steps forward, his demeanor shifting from calm to explosive in an instant. "What the hell do you think you're doing?" he shouts, his voice echoing off the polished walls, silencing the murmur of conversation in the store. The sound of his authority reverberates through the space, drawing every eye toward the unfolding confrontation. Marcus's presence radiates strength, a towering figure fueled by the dual roles of father and law enforcement officer. Mr. Thompson's smug facade begins to crack, but he quickly masks it with bravado, attempting to maintain control of the situation. "This is my store. I can handle who comes in and who doesn't," he retorts, his voice rising in an attempt to drown out Marcus's anger. But his words come out strained, his confidence wavering as he realizes the depth of Marcus's authority. Marcus, however, is unfazed by the owner's bluster. He steps closer, the air between them charged with tension, the distance collapsing as he asserts his presence. You just put your hands on my daughter. You need to understand that your actions have consequences. In this moment of confrontation, the world around them fades away, the sparkle of diamonds, the chatter of customers, all eclipsed by the raw emotion surging between the two men. Maya, still reeling from the shove, watches as her father channels his anger into resolve, his protective instincts transforming into a fierce, unwavering stand against injustice. She can feel the energy in the room shift, a palpable current of anticipation and fear hanging in the air. Then, with a sudden, deliberate motion, Marcus reaches into his jacket, retrieving his FBI badge. The glimmer of the metal catches the light, momentarily blinding Mr. Thompson and everyone else in the store. I am Special Agent Marcus Chase, he states, his voice steady and commanding, and I will not tolerate this behavior toward my daughter or anyone else. The weight of his words settles like a stone in the hearts of those present, the gravity of the situation dawning on them. As Marcus holds the badge aloft, the power dynamics in the store shift dramatically. Mr. Thompson's bravado evaporates, replaced by a look of disbelief and panic that flits across his face. His earlier bravado crumbles like dry leaves underfoot, revealing the frailty of his position. I didn't know, he stammers, the color draining from his face as the implications of his actions settle over him like a heavy cloak. In that moment, it becomes painfully clear to everyone watching. This isn't just a confrontation between a store owner and a customer. It's a profound reckoning of authority, identity, and the ingrained biases that perpetuate division. Maya's heart swells with a mixture of pride and relief as she watches her father take control of the situation. The anger that once threatened to consume him transforms into an assertion of justice, a moment where he stands not just for her, but for all those who have been subjected to prejudice and mistreatment. She can see the shifting expressions on the faces of onlookers, some filled with admiration, others with fear of the confrontation unfolding before them. The realization that Marcus is an FBI agent shifts the narrative, casting Mr. Thompson's actions in a new light, revealing the precariousness of his position. With the badge still in hand, Marcus leans closer to Mr. Thompson, his voice lowering but remaining firm. You think you can push people around because of your prejudices? You're mistaken. There are consequences to your actions, and today you will face them. The tension is electric, every word dripping with the weight of authority and the promise of accountability. Maya watches, feeling empowered by her father's unwavering stance. The embarrassment that once clouded her heart lifts, replaced by a fierce sense of identity and belonging. In that pivotal moment, she understands that this is not just about the injustice she faced today. It's about standing up for what is right, about recognizing one's worth in a world that often seeks to diminish it. As the realization dawns on Mr. Thompson, the color in his face shifts from shock to a pale fear. He stammers, grasping for words, but the facade of authority he once wielded so carelessly has crumbled. I didn't mean it like that, he protests weakly, his voice trembling. The customers, previously passive witnesses, now find themselves engaged in a drama that forces them to confront their own complicity in the dynamics of power and race. The stakes have never been higher, and the tension in the store is palpable. Maya feels the weight of the moment pressing down on her, a mixture of fear and hope coursing through her veins. The atmosphere shifts, the air thick with anticipation as the realization of the moment settles over everyone present. This is a turning point, not just for her and her father, but for all those who have ever felt marginalized or diminished. In that charged space, as the last vestiges of Mr. Thompson's authority slip away, Marcus stands tall, embodying resilience and courage. The climax of their confrontation not only underscores the gravity of the moment, but also highlights the transformative power of standing up for one's beliefs. Maya, witnessing her father's strength, feels a surge of hope and understanding that the fight for justice is not just personal, it is a collective endeavor that requires bravery, love, and the unwavering support of those who stand beside you. As the confrontation begins to settle, the atmosphere in the jewelry store shifts dramatically. Mr. Thompson stands there, visibly shaken, his earlier bravado completely stripped away. His hands tremble slightly as he tries to regain some semblance of control over the situation. I, I'm sorry, he stammers, his voice faltering as he struggles to find the right words. The apology feels hollow, lacking sincerity, and it's clear to everyone that he is grappling with the weight of his actions. The eyes of the customers, once filled with a mix of curiosity and indifference, now focus intently on him, a mixture of disappointment and disbelief painting their expressions. The once bustling store feels suffocatingly silent, the air thick with tension as people process what has just transpired. Maya, her heart still racing from the confrontation, feels a swell of strength rising within her. Despite the earlier humiliation, she stands tall, her resolve unyielding. "I'd like to choose a necklace now, please," she declares, her voice steady and clear, cutting through the thick silence like a beam of light. There's a newfound determination in her tone, a subtle shift that speaks volumes about her resilience. The simple act of choosing jewelry transforms into a powerful statement, an assertion of her right to exist and thrive in spaces that others might seek to diminish her presence. With each step toward the jewelry cases, she feels the weight of the moment lifting. She glances at the displays, taking in the array of shimmering necklaces, their brilliance reflecting her own inner light. It's as if she's reclaiming not just her right to be there, but also her sense of identity and agency. The necklaces become symbols of her resilience, each piece representing the strength she has found within herself. As she reaches out to touch a delicate silver chain adorned with a small sparkling pendant, a wave of empowerment washes over her. This moment, simple yet profound, signifies her refusal to be defined by the prejudices of others. Meanwhile, the other customers begin to react, their whispers swirling through the air like a soft breeze carrying news of a momentous event. Conversations that had once been trivial now take on a more serious tone as they process the injustice that just unfolded before their eyes. "Did you see that?" one woman murmurs to her companion, her voice low but charged with emotion. "I can't believe he would do something like that." A man nearby nods, his brow furrowed in concern. "It's unacceptable. No one should be treated like that," he replies, glancing at Maya, who is now engrossed in choosing her necklace. The collective awareness ripples through the crowd, a shared realization that the confrontation was not just an isolated incident, but a reflection of a broader issue. The murmurs grow louder, a chorus of voices united in their recognition of the injustice that has occurred. Some customers exchange knowing looks, their expressions shifting from shock to determination. It's as if the air itself has crackled with the spark of collective consciousness, igniting a desire for change within the hearts of those present. Mr. Thompson, still standing behind the counter, watches helplessly as the tide turns against him. His earlier attempts at maintaining authority crumble further as he realizes that the customers no longer see him as a respected store owner, but rather as a man who has failed to uphold the very values he professed to represent. The weight of his actions hangs heavily upon him, and in this moment, he is confronted not only by Marcus's authority, but by the shared moral compass of the community around him. As Maya continues to explore her choices, she catches glimpses of the other customers. Some offer her encouraging smiles, their support palpable in the tense atmosphere. It's a small but significant reminder that she is not alone, that there are allies surrounding her, ready to stand up against the injustices faced by individuals like herself. With every delicate necklace she examines, she feels a sense of solidarity building, an unspoken bond forming between her and the community, witnessing her courage. Marcus, standing nearby, observes his daughter with a swell of pride. He feels a rush of admiration as he watches her reclaim her moment, her grace and strength shining through the remnants of the confrontation. The earlier tension that had gripped him now transforms into a sense of hope. "You're doing great, Maya," he says softly, offering her a supportive nod, his voice laced with love and encouragement. It's a reminder that their bond is unbreakable, fortified by shared experiences and the challenges they face together. As Maya finally selects a beautiful necklace, a delicate piece with a vibrant gemstone that seems to echo her own spirit, she feels a surge of triumph. Holding it close, she knows this moment signifies more than just a choice of jewelry. It's a declaration of her identity and resilience in the face of adversity. She turns to Mr. Thompson, who now appears small and defeated, a shadow of the man who had so recklessly wielded his authority moments before. "I'm taking this home with me," she states firmly, her voice unwavering, a proclamation that resonates with the other customers who have gathered to witness this pivotal moment. The store, once filled with tension and discord, slowly transforms into a space of shared understanding and unity. The whispers among the customers begin to morph into conversations about change and accountability, their voices rising together in a chorus that challenges the status quo. They reflect on their own roles within the community, discussing the importance of standing up against racism and supporting one another in moments of injustice. In this way, Maya's simple act of choosing a necklace ignites a broader dialogue, a catalyst for awareness and solidarity that extends beyond the confines of the store. The air buzzes with the promise of change as customers begin to express their support for her and others like her, vowing to confront injustice in their own lives. Together, they create a ripple effect of empowerment, fostering a sense of community that stands firm against prejudice and discrimination. As the scene unfolds, it becomes clear that this moment, once marked by tension and fear, will be remembered as a turning point, not just for Maya and her father, but for everyone present. The store that had witnessed a confrontation fueled by racism now becomes a space for healing and unity, a testament to the strength found in standing together against injustice. Maya leaves the store not just with a necklace, but with the knowledge that her voice matters, that her existence is worthy of celebration and respect. And as she walks out, hand in hand with Marcus, they step into a world filled with possibility, ready to face whatever challenges may come their way, emboldened by the support of a community that stands for what is right. As the tension in the jewelry store begins to dissipate, Marcus steps forward, radiating a sense of purpose that draws the attention of other customers. The confrontation has left a mark, yet now there's an air of victory enveloping him and Maya. He approaches the counter with a calm determination, the earlier confrontation still fresh in everyone's minds, yet now tinged with a palpable sense of triumph. With a firm but steady hand, he lays the delicate necklace on the counter. The vibrant gemstone glimmers under the store's bright lights, capturing the attention of onlookers, symbolizing their hard-fought resilience against adversity. "I'll take this," he states, his voice steady and assertive, a powerful testament to their united stand against the injustice they faced. The transaction feels monumental, more than just a purchase. It embodies a reclamation of dignity and a bold statement against discrimination. As Marcus completes the purchase, Maya's heart swells with pride. The earlier embarrassment begins to fade, replaced by a growing sense of empowerment. She clutches the small, intricately designed box containing her new necklace, feeling its weight and the strength it represents. The act of choosing the necklace, of standing her ground amidst prejudice, has transformed her. She realizes she is not just a passive observer in her life. She possesses the agency to assert her identity boldly. The moment encapsulates a lesson far more valuable than the jewelry itself, that standing up for oneself is not just a choice, but an essential act of self-affirmation. Hand in hand, Marcus and Maya step out of the store, the world outside greeting them with a refreshing rush of cool air, contrasting sharply with the stifling atmosphere they had just left behind. As they walk together, their fingers intertwined, they form a united front, a vivid symbol of solidarity and strength. Each step feels lighter, infused with a shared determination to confront the challenges they may encounter in the future. "We face that together," Marcus says, glancing down at Maya with a smile that radiates warmth and love. "You were incredibly brave in there." Maya beams at her father, her heart swelling with pride. His words, a soothing balm to her earlier fears, bolster her confidence and remind her of the strength inherent in their bond. "I didn't feel brave," she admits, her voice softening with vulnerability. "But I felt stronger when I saw you standing up for me." Marcus nods, understanding the complex emotions swirling within his daughter. "That's what family is for," he replies, his tone earnest and reassuring. "We lift each other up, especially in difficult moments. Never forget that your voice matters, Maya. You have the power to make a difference." His words resonate deeply within her, instilling a sense of responsibility alongside her newfound courage. As they continue walking, they discuss the next steps, envisioning the promise of brighter days ahead. Maybe we should come back to pick out something special for Mom, Maya suggests, her eyes sparkling with excitement. The thought of sharing this moment with her mother adds an extra layer of warmth and joy to their experience. I know she would love a necklace too. Marcus's face lights up at the idea, a twinkle of pride shining in his eyes. Absolutely, it'll be a family treasure, he replies, his mind racing with possibilities. And we can talk about everything that happened today, how we can continue to support each other and others in our community. This conversation about returning to the store takes on an air of hope and unity. It signifies a future where they actively choose to confront injustices, not just for themselves, but for others who might not have the same voice. They envision returning not just to shop, but to engage in meaningful discussions, perhaps even planning to advocate for change together within their community. As they walk, the world around them seems to shift. Colors appear more vibrant, sounds more harmonious, as if reflecting their inner transformation. Each step forward feels like a commitment to facing whatever challenges may lie ahead with resilience and courage. The day's events have illuminated their path, reinforcing the understanding that they are not alone in their journey. They are part of a broader community, interconnected and united against adversity. With the sun setting in the distance, casting a golden hue over the horizon, Marcus and Maya's hearts brim with the promise of change. They share laughter, envisioning how they'll approach their next visit to the jewelry store, this time with a sense of purpose and empowerment. The necklace becomes a cherished symbol of their journey, a reminder of their strength as individuals and as a family. In this moment, they step into the future, ready to embrace the challenges and triumphs that lie ahead, fortified by love, unity, and a newfound understanding of their strength in the face of adversity. The necklace is not merely an accessory, it is a beacon of hope, a testament to their resilience, and a celebration of their identities, shining brightly against the backdrop of a world that, despite its challenges, is also filled with promise and possibility. As Marcus and Maya step away from the jewelry store, the weight of the day's events begins to settle within them. The bustling streets are filled with life, yet their hearts beat in a steady rhythm of contemplation and reflection. Marcus, looking down at Maya, recognizes the importance of this moment, not just for them, but for the lessons it carries. He thinks about the deep-rooted issues of racism that they had confronted, and he understands that such experiences, though painful, offer powerful opportunities for growth and understanding. Today was tough, but it was important, he says, his voice steady yet warm, as he encourages Maya to process what they've experienced. Standing up against racism is not just about fighting back, it's about teaching others, especially you, how to be courageous in the face of injustice. Maya nods, absorbing her father's words. She reflects on the embarrassment she felt in the store, the heat of humiliation, and the anger that surged within her when Mr. Thompson dismissed her. Yet as the emotional fog begins to clear, she realizes the lesson that accompanies her discomfort. It is a lesson about resilience, the importance of voice, and the strength that comes from standing together. I didn't want to feel like I didn't belong, she admits, her voice soft but resolute. But I'm proud that we didn't back down. Marcus smiles, knowing that his daughter is grasping the profound nature of their experience. That pride is what we hold on to. It's what makes us who we are, he affirms, a swell of pride filling his chest. As they walk further down the street, the daydream of what the jewelry store could symbolize in their lives begins to take shape. You know, Marcus muses, I think we should make a new tradition out of this. Instead of viewing that store as a place of prejudice, let's turn it into a symbol of empowerment. He envisions them returning to the store, not just as customers, but as advocates for change, perhaps organizing events that promote community understanding or using their experiences to engage in discussions about racism and resilience. We can invite others to join us, to share their stories and to celebrate our identities, he suggests, excitement creeping into his voice. Maya's eyes widen with possibility. And maybe we can create a special collection of necklaces that tell stories of strength and courage, she adds, her imagination soaring. The idea of transforming a place of hurt into one of healing ignites a fire within both of them, a shared commitment to fostering community and promoting understanding. As they continue to walk, the sun begins to dip lower in the sky, casting a warm golden glow around them. It feels as though the universe is reflecting their inner transformation. The light is bright and inviting, symbolizing hope and resilience. Each step they take resonates with a renewed sense of purpose as they embrace the idea that they can shape their narrative. The laughter of nearby children, the chatter of passers-by, and the melodies of street performers fill the air, underscoring the vibrancy of life that surrounds them. They are a part of this world, and together, they have the power to affect change. The day's experience, once marked by discomfort and confrontation, has evolved into a cornerstone of their lives, a moment of clarity that will guide their future. Marcus realizes that instilling values of courage and unity in Maya is not merely a lesson of the day, but a lifelong journey. They are not just survivors of a single incident. They are advocates, empowered to make a difference in their community and beyond. We have each other's backs, and we can face anything together, he tells her, reinforcing the unbreakable bond they share. As they approach their home, the golden hues of sunset envelop them, a beautiful backdrop to their newfound understanding. The closing image of their day, their hands clasped together, the glow of the setting sun illuminating their faces, captures the essence of their journey. They walk away not just from the jewelry store, but toward a future brimming with possibilities. Each step is a testament to their resilience, a promise that they will continue to stand against injustice, uplift each other, and inspire others along the way. In this moment, they are more than father and daughter. They are allies in a shared mission to create a world defined by understanding, respect, and love. A world where hope shines as brightly as the necklace that now adorns Maya's neck, a reminder of their strength and the legacy they will continue to build together.